everything that you put into the atmosphere, you get that back. And I think that we have to instill that in our children. Like it starts at home, and I think that when I think about responsibility, because I feel like we play this game where we're like, oh, the woman's to blame, the man's to blame. Oh, let's just keep going back and forth and saying who's to blame. For men, what I would say is, I know that abortions are available. I know that there is a plan B, but because abortions are available, that's not a get out of jail free card. You don't get to be like, oh, well, abortions are on the table, so do what you got to do. No, you still have to be responsible. And like Doc said, you need to be selective with your seed. You should have more reverence in your self-worth than to just be giving your seed away. Just like women be like, I ain't just giving away. Men should be in that live in that same space. And I've met men like that.
That's blaming men right now, Ace.
Who aren't just out here like, you got to get this, like like, and I feel like if men held themselves to a higher standard and had
blaming men right now,
would have
not to do that. That's what you're doing right now.
Wait, let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish. Go ahead, Aisha.
But I just think it starts with community. It starts at home. It starts with all of us being on code. We have to shame these women. We have to raise our young boys to know this is the future. I think a lot of times we just skip over it and be like, oh, it is what it is. This is what happens. This is what happens. But I also agree with Sweeney in the fact that I'm not finna tell you how not to be effed up. You know what not to do. Like, why am I trying to give you a solution? Why are we discussing solutions for the degenerate class? We need to be coming up with solutions for us, you know what I'm saying, to all be on code and to actually do better things in the community. Because everybody isn't that young man. That young man is actually the minority. So why are we highlighting these things in our community? Why do we always have to highlight the degenerates and the people that are doing these outlandish things? We need to start focusing on the things that we can change and the things that really are affecting our community.
Can I ask you a question, Sweeney? And I believe the same thing you believe, Aisha. I hold men to a higher expectation, just like God did. Whenever the fall, he saw Eve do the wrong thing. Nothing. Once Adam did it, I think he held Adam to a higher standard. That's why it became a problem. I think he believed that Adam, as long as Adam stay in order, everything can be fixed. But once the man got out of the order, that was it. But my question to you, Sweeney, is this: If let's just say for 100, and this is about what you just said, because I didn't want to lose my thought on a key point you made. Let's just say, for the sake of our argument, over the last 100 years, the preparation or the solution has been, hey, just wrap it up. And given the statistics and where we at today, isn't it safe to say that is probably not the best preparation or solution?
It was a failure.
The fact that we know that it's a failure to even today, and we're giving this solution moving forward, even in 2025, we're still giving the same thing that has proven to fail over the past 100 years. Is it safe to say that we don't give a fuck about our own community?
Yeah.
By continuing to give the same recipe of failure.
Yeah.
Because I totally believe there's two different paths. There's a go navigate. The path is, hey, protect yourself at all times, navigate it. And then there's a path to say, hey, don't even take that path. Take the abstain. If you get in a situation with a woman, commit and marry. I believe that if we just completely shun ourselves from a 100-year failed process, we might just make some type of progression somewhere. But I'll yield on that.
I think it's extreme. Oh, go ahead, Ms.
I was just going to say this. So this is the logic that I don't understand, right? So we've been on here and we've had conversations, especially with the men, saying that majority of the men don't even have kids, right? And then when we sit here and we look at the NFL players, NBA, if we look at the majority, do the majority of these men have children by multiple women, right? They don't. Exactly. Marcus, he played, he didn't get nobody pregnant. My dad played professionally. He ain't have no kids out of wedlock. My brother played, no kids. He got married. So I have a nephew that is going into college now, right? No kids yet. You know what I'm saying? So what Darwin is saying, I think what is common in all of these situations for most of the people actually probably listen to those classes or already had like the example or made it up in their mind, I'm not going to get caught up. And they took the necessary steps to ensure that that didn't happen, right?
Yeah, it's called
And
abortion.
I know personally for us and our family growing up, like what going along with what Darwin said, that was the conversation in our household, right? In terms of raising your kids and teaching them the right thing, right? So even when they do the wrong thing, they know that is wrong. But when we are saying, well, boys are going to be boys, that's what they're going to do, right? Or just, like, yeah, girls, it slipped up and then we are, having huge baby showers, celebrating, that kind of stuff, right? We've talked about those things. So there's this mixed messaging about teaching them how to do the wrong thing the right way, right? Now, I'm not going to lie. For me, I'm going to tell my son, because I do know that he may, the main message is not to, but if you do, of course, I want him to protect himself. So I'm not going to not tell him how to do that. I think me personally, I would be failing as a parent not to do that, right? But in my son's situation, he's not a, athlete, never was, but he was handsome. Handsome men or boys get access as well. And that was the conversation that as both parents, as a collective, had. There was one conversation with him about, value yourself, like what Di said, don't just be trying to be smashing everything. And if you do, make sure you protect yourself because we don't want no kids being brought home. The conversation my husband had with our daughter was similar in the fact that, have confidence in yourself, stay focused on what you need to be doing. These dudes are going to manipulate you or try to because they only want one thing. And the conversation went very raw. Like there was, no Vaseline in a sense in the way that he spoke to her because he didn't want to mince words. Very clear. She, never had any children, right? Didn't, stayed a virgin until after she got out of high school. Still don't have any children, right? So the messaging is what I think resolves the issue. I also knew Elton Brand, he didn't have any kids outside of that. So most of these guys don't have children. And kind of like what Aisha was saying, is that we're focusing on the minority and blowing it up like it's the majority of everybody doing this. And it isn't. Majority of these men that are in these situations protected themselves so it wouldn't happen.
I think we were looking at it as a whole, as men, period, not just the NBA. But if you're just saying it's the NBA, then you're correct. No, but I think everybody was taking the whole concept of the issue and looking at the community and how it related to the community. And I think everybody was justified to be able to draw parallels and go, okay, this is obviously a common issue. Well, go ahead, Will.
It's not even right about the NBA. She's not right about the NFL and the NBA. You're making it seem like because these guys don't have children, they didn't have any abortions. Just because they didn't have children does not mean they didn't have the same mistakes happen to them as all these other athletes who the women didn't get the abortion.
They chose right then.
So check it out. We're gonna let.
It doesn't matter.
I want to let Marcus. I want to let Marcus finish this out. We're about to transition.
It's about getting lucky. You didn't choose right.
Hold on a second.
Man, all right. So I heard some strong words. What did he say? Failure, don't care about the community. What else did he say? It was a couple shots. So since we taking these shots, let's break these down. I never got no divorce. The only wife I got right now is the only wife I married so far. I don't got no kids where I had to figure out how to get my kid to be with me. All my kids in my house and been in my house. I played this game. Matter of fact, Trev, you also you got divorced before?
No.
Do you have any kids outside your wife?
No.
Did you play the game as well?
I did. I'm
Interesting.
not.
No. Interesting, because the
Okay.
sample size of the people who did the same thing I'm talking about got the same result as me, and the other sample size got a different result. So this whole we don't care about we must have cared somehow, some way, because we figured out how to do the shit. We made sure we ain't get finesse. And when I was talking about manipulation means to skillfully navigate a situation. The second definition involves something that could have nefarious intent, but the first one is to skillfully navigate. Those women 100% are skillfully navigating how to get in the club. They skillfully navigating how to get in the VIP. They skillfully navigating how to turn a horny man on. Oh, and if you want to have sex with women as a man, you're insecure. Come on now, stop the fucking cap, y'all. This is coming from a prospect of a woman's brain or men who have not had that same type of access. So I get it. It's a completely different world. And the more y'all talk, the more I understand you have no clue what the fuck that I'm talking about. And that is why we so far off on this. We have completely different experiences. Completely different experiences. If the comparisons are different, so the dots not gonna match up. Now, what you don't need to do is try and castigate my lifestyle and my opinions when I did it right and got the results, especially when you didn't. I don't sit here and put
how many people do you think did it your way got the same results?
I'm not finished speaking. There are 500 people in the NBA on the active roster at one time per year. This is a marginal percentage of men that this is happening to. That's 1 year. 500. You keep going back in time. If that was the case, with all the access these men have to all of these women, the whole world should be populated by NBA. 16 men can repopulate the world.
You do
16
know.
men.
You do most of
you the expert. You got it, bro. You know. I'm just throwing back. Until you've been in these situations, everybody got a plan until they get hit in the face. Everybody know what's going on until they in that scenario. If as a woman, you don't understand the drive and the prey factor in men's sexuality that wants to go out and holler at women, that wants to go out and sleep with women. So to say that's insecurity is no idea. Like, I love myself and I enjoy my life. And I hope my son love himself and enjoy his life too and end up with the exact same results as me. Maybe a couple more meals. That's it. Like, as far as I'm concerned. So when your solution is for your lineage and what you got going on, and your solution is for yours as well. Maybe you happy with your results, maybe you not. I'm extremely fucking happy with my results, and I'm gonna be. Hopefully, my son has similar results. That's all I'm saying. And until you've been in them situations, you will not know. They had people like Pee Wee Kirkland come speak to us. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but Pee Wee Kirkland is like they say he a legend in 2 games. That's who came and spoke to us in like y'all American camp. LeBron was my roommate. We discussed this shit in detail for 4 days, no TV. You know what I'm saying? Mistaken Brother Hilton, that was my other roommate. I stayed with the man for 3 years. Every day we come back from the game, it's a trail of people on the sidelines with posters and shit. Marcus White fan club, her brother named fan club. We come to our room and it's 4 women at the door when we come to the dorms and walk in. You close the door, people come and bring you drinks and all type of shit. Until y'all got a parade screaming y'all name for 16 to 20 blocks, and then they fly you to the White House, and then you go to the club and Dante Culpepper say, "Oh yeah, I love what y'all doing. Here go 2 beautiful women. It's on you and a bottle. Enjoy your night, my young nigga." Y'all don't understand what this life like, and I get it. It's okay, but just to sit there and castigate it is crazy when you have no idea what it is. Talk about
what?